Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another reaction video. And yeah, this is a bit different and I'm not sure if you guys are going to enjoy it. If not, that's completely fine. But a few people have suggested this and it kind of interests me because I've never seen videos like this before. But again, if you aren't a fan, just let me know in the comments and that's fine. But yeah, top 10 most valuable sports teams. So I'm assuming this is all sports and I'm really interested because I see before I started reacting to NFL, I used to think, oh, it's going to be all soccer teams. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United. But then I saw how rich the NFL is, the MLB, all how rich American sports are. Now it's made me think, is this just going to be dominated by American sports? And if that's the case, then I've just been dumb my whole life because now I'm starting to think now American sports are like insanely rich and the franchises are mad. But yeah, again, if you aren't a fan of this, I'm sorry. I won't do it anymore, but for them who do enjoy this video and for the people who suggested this, I appreciate it. But yeah, without talking too much, let's get into it. I am really interested about this.
For many people, sports are much more than a hobby. Devoted fans will follow their teams religiously.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to assume there's 3 soccer teams, 4 NFL teams, 2 baseball teams, and 1 basketball team. Oh wait, so 3 soccer. Yeah, that's 10. And I'm going to say first is going to be... I don't even know to be honest. But yeah, let's just get...
Support them through successes and failures alike. And all of this is highly lucrative for these sports franchises. From ticket sales to merchandise and endorsements, sports teams find numerous ways to monetize their
This is like, I'm weird. I'm a really weird guy. I'm really interested in stats like this. I don't know why. There's just something about it really intrigues me. And again, I'm not sure if anyone else really cares, and that's fine. But I keep repeating myself at this point. I don't want to like annoy people. This is just something that I wanted to...
Today we're counting down the top 10 most valuable sports franchises in the world. One of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises, the Washington Redskins, were founded in 1932 as the Boston Braves. The team changed its name to the Redskins in 1933, and in
that's dollars though, isn't it? Yeah.
The team relocated to Washington, D.C., and immediately won the first of its 5 world championships. In addition to the NFL championship game victories in 1937 and 1942, the Redskins have won 3 Super Bowls. All of this means big business for the NFL team. The Redskins once claimed to have a waiting list for season tickets of as many as 200,000 people.
Oh my God.
Washington, D.C. has a massive metropolitan area.
That is insane.
A huge fan base. And D.C. is a generally high-income area. So these
American sports fans are nuts.
To support their team. They have
200,000 people who couldn't even get tickets.
$1 million and an overall valuation of $3.1 billion, making them tied for the 10th
Wait, I need to hear this again.
to support their team. They have an annual revenue around $491 million
and
an overall valuation of $3.1
How is the NFL so rich?
Is it because of most valuable sports franchise in the world?
Is it because of commercials? Because I know in the US commercials are massive. Is like most revenue because of the commercials? Because that is insane.
The franchise has played over 1,000 games in the last century and are one of only 5 teams to clock more than 600 career wins. Though the team's mascot is highly controversial for its associations with the mistreatment of Native Americans, the franchise is highly profitable. They set the NFL record for single-season attendance in 2007 and have the top 10 single-season attendance totals in the NFL.
This is basketball.
Tied for the 10th spot with a $3.1 billion valuation are the Golden State Warriors.
At this point, I'm not even sure if there's going to be any soccer teams because I feel like there's no teams that have even got to 3 billion.
England-based team has its roots in Philadelphia, where the franchise was founded in 1946. Over the course of its history, the Warriors have won 5 NBA titles, 2 from Philadelphia and 3 from the Oakland squad. The team has hosted some of the greatest players in the game, like Wilt Chamberlain, Rick Barry, and Stephen Curry. The Warriors are a juggernaut on and off the court. The team won its third NBA title in 4 years during the 2017-18 season. The team has managed to capitalize on its success with record-breaking deals. The Warriors secured a record $2 billion in contractually obligated income from sponsorships, suites, and season ticket holder fees for the team's new arena. The
How?
$1 billion Chase Center was scheduled to open ahead of the
That is
2020 season.
beautiful.
The Warriors rule the airwaves as well, with the highest local TV ratings for the third straight year at an average of 8.36 on NBC Sports Bay Area. Similar to the Redskins, the Golden State Warriors benefit from an affluent and populous fan base in the Bay Area. With their current era of Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, known as the Splash Brothers, leading the team, it looks like the Warriors will only become more popular and more profitable. Experts predict they will be valued at $3.5
so the revenue is just going to keep coming up.
billion in the next year.
Sure, mate.
The New York Giants franchise almost perished in the early days of the NFL. The late Tim Mara, now a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, purchased the franchise for $500 in 1925.
What?
And before the Giants' first
$500, bro. If his family still own this team, oh my god, the
season had ended, he had invested
500. That just shows. I'm guessing back then though, if we're doing like how money's changed loads, probably back then that's probably like compared to now 25,000. Maybe I don't
another
know.
$25,000 to keep the franchise alive. The value of New York.
Wait, what the hell? That is so weird. Wait, what? That is so weird. I didn't even
franchise for $500 in 1925. And before the Giants' first season had ended, he had invested another $25,000 to keep the franchise
That's so
alive.
weird. That is
The
so
value of
weird.
New York
I just said
exposure was clearly
25,000.
demonstrated in December of the first season, when more than 70,000 turned out at the Polo Grounds to see
Oh,
the
man.
Giants play the Chicago Bears, who had just signed Red Grange, the most famous pro football player of the 1920s. Fast forward to now, the Giants have won 8 NFL championships in their history and are one of the most valuable teams in the world with a whopping $3.3 billion valuation. They are bolstered by a $490
I have a feeling
million
teams
profit and a huge fan
in any
base
sport
New York City
from New
and the
York
surrounding area.
just
Their
have an
stadium
advantage
alone is valued at
money-wise.
$550 million. Even though they just finished a disastrous losing season, the franchise has been around for almost 100 years and has multiple generations of devoted fans willing to shell out for tickets and merchandise.
LA Lakers.
Across
there's
the
two LA
country is
teams.
The NBA team tied for the 8th most valuable franchise in the world.
Wait, I'm
the team
done,
was
no.
originally based in Minneapolis.
Where's Golden
Given
State?
that Minnesota is the land of 10,000
Wait, Golden State's San Francisco, right? Because the bridge. I think so.
Lakes, they settled on the
I'm there
Lakers.
today.
When the Lakers moved to
Oh,
Los
it's just
Angeles
dominated by
before the
American teams,
1960
American
season, their
sports.
nickname was retained, in part because of the tradition the team had established in Minnesota. The Lakers are by far one of the most successful basketball teams in history, with 16 NBA championships, the second most in the league,
Oh,
hosting
wow.
legends like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and Will
Oh,
Chamberlain.
see, these are players that I know
Gaining a
about.
rabid following. The team is currently
Jeez.
valued at $3.3 billion according to Forbes.
Mind
Hosting in the Staples
blowing,
Center,
man.
the team charges an average of $135 a ticket, with a capacity
What? I'm guessing the capacities in basketball is smaller because it's inside. But 135.
of 19,000 people. That means the team pulls in $395 million every year. The stadium itself is worth $573 million, meaning the franchise will retain
Jeez.
its value for decades to come.
New York
Continuing
Knicks.
the trend of teams
Oh,
with
so
New York
basketball is got loads
fan
of
base.
teams.
The New York Knicks are number 7 on our list, with a valuation of $3.6 billion. The New York Knicks are one of the oldest teams in the NBA, having played in the league for over 70 years. Originally called the New York Knickerbockers, the New York Knicks have a long and storied history, which includes 8 conference titles, 2 NBA championships, and scores of great players. They've retired 9 numbers.
See, what I don't understand, obviously success doesn't equal money, but these had 2 trophies, right? And the Lakers? Yeah, the Lakers had 16. So how have these become like more profitable with money-wise? Like, I'm just confused because that confuses me, because in soccer, it's literally the most successful teams are the richest. I'm guessing in American sports, and mainly basketball, like the most successful teams aren't necessarily going to earn the most money.
Their season MVP, 2 NBA
Which
Finals
I like
MVPs,
that, to be
several
fair.
All-Stars, and
It's like a
numerous
more
Hall of
fair
Famers.
playing
Though
field.
the average NBA team is worth just $1.9 billion, the
Oh
Knicks are worth
my.
almost double, making them the single most valuable basketball team in the world.
Wow.
Apparently, owner James Dolan has even been offered $5 billion in exchange for the team, but he recognizes that they are a good investment, pulling in at least $443 million every single year. And their stadium in Madison
Jesus.
Square Garden is worth $995 million.
But that's like the most
Almost any
famous arena,
stadium
isn't
on
it?
Earth. Though they
It's
are
all for I think it is going to be all-American
Contentious team within the NFL, the New England Patriots have an undeniably loyal fan base and a long list of accomplishments. The franchise joined the American Football League in 1960 as the Boston Patriots and quickly fielded a competitive team. The Patriots have won 6 Super Bowl titles and 11 American Football Conference championships. In 2001, a serious injury to quarterback Drew Bledsoe paved the way for Tom Brady, a relatively unknown 6th-round draft choice, to take over the Patriots offense and lead the team to a surprising Super Bowl win the following February. Brady would become an elite passer and guide the Patriots to 5 more Super Bowl victories in 2004, 2005.
Yeah, I did hear about that. In recent times, they've been absolutely dominant. I did hear about that. Because I feel like this. I don't actually know, but are the New England Patriots the most hated team, or is Tom Brady just not very liked? Like, he's not hated, but he's not liked. I feel like that's just one of those sort of facts that people hear about. But yeah, from watching and hearing about the Super Bowl, I always see on Twitter every time it's on, the New England Patriots have won it again.
Brady has made 9 Super Bowl appearances in only 18 seasons. On top of $593 million in annual revenue, the owners used the team's success to build Patriot Place, adjacent to Gillette Stadium, with
this is mental.
3 million square feet of shopping, dining, and entertainment. That means the team is valued at $3.7 billion, making it the 2nd most valuable team in the NFL.
Oh yeah, I know about
the
these.
Last New York team on the list, and by far the most profitable. The New York Yankees are valued at over $4 billion.
It's insane.
The New York Yankees organization.
All sports in America are so profitable. Like, this is a baseball team. The last is American football, basketball. This is nuts. The way Americans make money is incredible.
In Baltimore, Maryland, in the year 1901. They originally wanted
to
be
it
based
so
in
much.
New York, but because the New York Giants were already established, they were put in Baltimore. The team, which became known as the Yankees in 1913, rarely contended for the American League Championship before the acquisition of outfielder Babe Ruth after the 1919 season. With Ruth in the lineup, the Yankees won their first American League title in 1921, followed by their first World Series championship in 1923. Since then, the team has hosted such legends as Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, and Derek Jeter. With an annual income of $668 million, the New York Yankees are the most profitable baseball team in the world and the 4th most valuable sports franchise globally.
Wait, what?
Annual income of $668 million, the New York Yankees are the most profitable baseball team in the world and the 4th most valuable sports franchise globally.
Barcelona.
The first international team on our countdown. Barcelona has been a powerhouse football team for well over a century.
Oh, Barcelona actually, come on.
FC Barcelona was founded by Swiss businessman Hans Gamper, together with a mix of foreign and Catalan sportsmen, at a time when the exotic game of football was becoming popular amongst the money class of the city of Barcelona in 1899. During their long and immensely successful history, they have won 23 La Liga titles, 27 Copa del Rey trophies, 5 Champions Leagues, and 4 Cup Winners' Cups.
I'm surprised it's so high.
As one of the richest and most popular clubs in the world, they can afford to...
Wait, so who else in American football? Because I don't know what other teams, maybe Real Madrid would be, and I don't know the other team. There's surely going to be another American football team.
Owned and financed exclusively by their own supporters. Since its inception, Barcelona has been a major symbol of Catalonia and its culture, as evidenced by its motto, which says more than a club. Putting the rest of the teams on the countdown to shame, Barcelona pulls in $824 million a year and is valued at $4.064 billion. Real Madrid reportedly sold its sponsorship rights to Providence Equity recently for an upfront payment of $224 million over the first 4 years of the deal. Last season represented the start of Barcelona's $246 million shirt sponsorship deal with...
I thought I was going to say Real Madrid and I was really confused, but nah, it's just talking about financing between shirts.
E-commerce group Rakuten, as well as the start of a 10-year agreement with Nike worth at least $174 million annually.
Oh, so it is them.
Real Madrid CF are a professional football club based in Madrid, Spain. To date, they have been crowned champions of Europe a record 13 times. The club was founded in
everyone hates Madrid. If you guys don't follow soccer at all, I say everyone. These are a really disliked club. I hate them. But I mean, they are successful.
The first individuals ever to bring the game to Spain. Real Madrid has won more Spanish La Liga championships than any other Spanish squad. The club has also won the Copa del Rey, the main Spanish Cup competition, 19 times, as well as 9 Spanish Super Cups. Needless to say, they have been a major force in the sport for more than a century. With a valuation of $4.09 billion, they are the 3rd most valuable team of any kind on earth. Similar to Barcelona, they make $896 million every single year and show a 5% annual growth margin, meaning they're projected to be worth $5 billion in the next decade.
Jeez. My team.
Believe it or not,
But we're first or second? Is this second? Wait, is this second? Yeah, second. How are we second? Like, we have been so bad in the last 10 years. That is
football team was once known as Newton Health LYR Football Club by the Carriage and Wagon Department of the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Depot at Newton Health. This was in 1878, and the franchise quickly discovered that the unwieldy name was not good for business.
Wait, where's my shirt? I don't know where it is. Got my United shirt somewhere.
To Manchester United. They are, together with Liverpool, England's most successful football clubs ever. The Red Devils have more national titles than Liverpool, but the rival has collected more titles in international tournaments. The club has a valuation of $4.123 billion, making it the second most valuable sports team in the world. Though their revenue is only $795 million, they have lucrative endorsement deals with brands like Kohler. Add in broadcasting rights worth $1.3 billion, and you have the raw materials for an absolute dynamo sports club.
Who's first? Oh, wow.
Coming in at number 1 with a valuation far beyond any other team on earth is the Dallas Cowboys. Founded in 1960 and nicknamed America's Team, the Dallas Cowboys are worth $4.8 billion.
How are they so, like, how do they have so much more money than the other NFL teams? Like, I'm not really too sure. What are they, just like the most supported team?
Revenue exceeds $894 million annually, and AT&T Stadium is worth $1.13 billion. With some of the most fanatical supporters in the world, the Cowboys can count on a steady stream of income. It is also the first NFL franchise to partner with a casino.
Oh, wow.
WinStar is located 85 miles north of AT&T Stadium in Oklahoma.
Look at that.
Sports betting is not legal in Oklahoma, but the state has introduced legislation to do so. The Cowboys' sponsorship revenue is the most in the NFL, and nearly twice as much as any other franchise. Though they were far from the first team to join the NFL, they have 8 Super Bowl appearances and 5 league championships.
Oh, wow.
They have been the top-grossing NFL team 12 years in a row and show no signs of slowing down.
Yo, this was so interesting. I'll tell you what, I was surprised to see... Actually, I did predict 3 soccer teams. I was surprised to see them so high. But Dallas Cowboys, okay. I mean, from before I started reacting to the sport, I'd never even heard of them. And obviously, since I started reacting, I heard about them. But I didn't realise how big they were. That is crazy. But yeah, man, again, this is a bit different. Just learning about... I'm just kind of learning about the differences between, like, the sports, really, between all sports, from soccer, which is the one that I used to watch, or I watch from home, then American football, baseball, basketball. But yeah, this is crazy. I didn't realise how, like, lucrative all American sports were. I knew NFL would be high, and kind of basketball, not baseball. That is insane. But yeah, without talking too much, this was a sick video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.